Most people assume that the ideal entrepreneur morning is about dumping a cocktail of stimulants into their system just to get moving. But what if there was a better way? A way that allows us to work with our biology, allowing us to be focused when we need to lock in and calm when we need to rest. Because the real edge isn't in stacking or hacks, it's in stripping away the noise and complexity that silently drains your focus and willpower every single day. So why are so many entrepreneurs switching to carnivore? And what is it about this diet that makes it work so well for entrepreneurs? Ask yourself, is it easier to train hard, work on your business, and show up consistently when your diet works with your biology, or when every single meal slowly breaks it down? Many people mistake complexity for performance. They believe stacking 132 supplements, juggling timing rules, and chasing the perfect variety of foods is the mark of optimization. But the truth is, every extra rule you invent about what goes in your body pulls focus from what actually matters. Each decision is just another thing draining your mental bandwidth. So what really is decision fatigue? It's the silent drain that comes from making too many small, low-value choices every single day. Every should I eat this, when, with what, and how much burns the same mental fuel you need for hard decisions in your business or life. Over time, those micro choices stack up. You start the day sharp, but by the afternoon, you're negotiating with yourself over things that should be automatic. This is the reason you hear of entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs wearing the same thing every single day. It's not about fashion, it's about conserving decision-making power for things that actually move the needle. And food works the same way. Every time you pause to ask, what should I eat? Do I have the right ingredients? You're leaking the same finite resource. That mental energy could have gone into something else like closing a deal, shipping a project, or solving a critical problem in your business. Systematizing your fuel source is no different than systematizing your calendar or your workflow. You reduce variables so execution becomes frictionless. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's great, but is this actually healthy? Anyone can just eat one ingredient, why not just eat spinach? It's not about eliminating decisions just for the sake of it. It's about making one really high quality decision and locking that one in. Carnivore makes this possible because meat is the only single ingredient that can stand alone and let you thrive long term. Beef, especially from ruminant animals, is the most nutrient-dense, human physiology-aligned food that we have. When you eat steak, you're covering both the macronutrients and the micronutrients that your body needs to thrive. Eating only beef still puts you ahead of 99% of the population when it comes to eating a healthy, nutrient-rich diet. And this isn't just theory, the healthiest traditional populations were meat-based. The Inuit, before exposure to processed food, thrived almost exclusively on animal products, and as anthropologist Valmer Stephenson found, the Inuits were completely free of any modern-day diseases that plague us today like cancer, diabetes, or any other chronic illness. Archaeologists have also confirmed this through stable isotope analysis that humans have been eating large ruminant animals as the foundation of our diet for over 300,000 years. And here's the thing, diet is just one of the core levers you can decide on once and let it pay dividends as long as you have a clear system in place, meaning you make one decision and capture 99% of the benefit. But diet is just one of the 7 core biological levers that allow you to get your edge back. So if you want to check out all 7 core biological levers that I use, make sure to check out the link in the description. Now, there are many benefits to carnivore beyond just reducing decision fatigue. And one of the main ones at the top of that list is consistent, sustained energy. As an entrepreneur, your entire output depends on being able to show up with clarity and drive, and not once in a while, but every single day. And yet, most guys live on a spike and crash fuel. Coffee to get started, carbs at lunch, and another stimulant in the afternoon. Then they wonder why their focus feels fragile and inconsistent. Stable energy is what makes you reliable to yourself and to the people that count on you. It's what gives you long, quiet windows of deep work without fighting cravings or fighting fatigue. That stability is the real competitive advantage because momentum only compounds when what you put in your body allows you to be the best version of yourself. With highly satiating animal-based meals, you stabilize your blood sugar and dopamine, you cut the volatility and run on a cleaner signal. Instead of roller coaster spikes and crashes that fry your motivation circuitry, you get steadier dopamine release, more brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports learning and focus, and lower adenosine buildup, which is the molecule that makes you feel tired. The result is calmer, more sustained focus without ever needing stimulants. And the thing is, the more you chase that stimulant high, the more you train your brain that it can't work without it. But what about carbohydrates, for example? Those aren't stimulants, and doesn't your brain run on glucose? Your brain does need a little glucose, but it does not need any glucose or sugar from your diet. Your liver makes it on demand through gluconeogenesis and ketones like BHB, which give your brain a cleaner, steadier fuel. Fewer spikes, less oxidative stress, and focus that feels calm and predictable instead of stimmed up and fragile. Now, some people might push back with, but I need carbs to think. The truth is, you don't need carbs. You need reliable fuel. Here's the deeper issue. Carbs don't just give you unstable energy, they actually interfere with the nutrients you are eating. And here's the problem. Plants don't want to be eaten. They fight back with compounds that block nutrient absorption. Compounds that bind to minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, blocking absorption right at the source. Add in processed carbs, and now you're also spiking dopamine artificially, which makes real work feel way less rewarding. Contrast that with nutrient-dense animal-based foods. They deliver the exact proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals your brain is built to run on, in their most bioavailable form. No competition, no interference, just a clean, reliable fuel source. That's why when you run on steak and eggs, you feel fully nourished, deeply satiated, and mentally sharp without needing constant carb ups. And not only does this change your biology, but it changes your self-identity. You are no longer someone that gets pulled around by their emotions, what they feel like they need. You stay grounded, you fuel your body with only what it needs, and that's it. Now, I'm not saying every entrepreneur is full carnivore all of the time, but many of the sharpest ones I know either run it as their baseline or they cycle in and out of it for a specific reason, whether it's to reset, to lock in and focus during a big push, or just to simplify life when the stakes are high. Some use it 100% of the time, others maybe 80 to 90% of the time. So why are more entrepreneurs going carnivore? It comes down to three key things: simplicity, stable fuel, and identity. Simplicity removes food noise and the decision fatigue. Stable fuel gives you reliable energy instead of fragile spikes and crashes. And the identity shift is what makes it stick. You stop negotiating with yourself and start executing by default. Because at the end of the day, the edge doesn't come from stacking more hacks or stimulants. It comes from stripping away all of the noise so that you can allow the best version of yourself to actually show up.